Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano, and you are listening to the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But, ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves. And we are coming to you live today. Today is Tuesday, July the 9th, 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? We have a very important episode for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to discuss, and I'm sure we discussed this before, but ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I like to talk about I like to talk about something again and again and again and again, because the more we talk about it, the more it can seep into your pores, the more it can get down into your soul, from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about, if you really want to move the needle, ladies and gents, and you really want to move that needle, and you really want to, you know, knock it out of the park, you have to really hone in on the things that you want to do. Forget um, worrying about what movies out. Forget about what's what kind of lakeside party is going to be happening on a Tuesday. You really want to make sure that you are spending time inside your business. You want to make sure that you are spending time creating the content that you want to create. You want to take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever time you have every day, and really focus on you and the business at hand. Because the more you do that, the faster you can go and get away from, as I told you once, I'll tell you twice, I'll tell you again, ladies and gents. Man, you and I will never get rich from working at a job, okay? It is, listen, I bought a truck, drive the truck every day, record, I own the truck, drive the truck, still not rich. And you know why? We got to build systems, ladies and gents. In order for us to really, really, really knock it out of the park, you have to have a system. And I will give you an example. Last week I was off 6 days, okay? 6 days I was off. I uploaded 2 episodes from yesteryear, and then I just, let it ride for 4 days. And there were still uploads, there were still people downloading, there were still people coming to the podcast, searching for the podcast, download the podcast. And when I tell you all that to say, the work that you've done in the past, you want to be able to capitalize on it in the future. And that's what I mean by building a system. We cannot build a system by working at a job. You cannot build a system by owning one truck. You cannot own a system. You cannot work a system by doing one thing. You cannot have a system in that way. You want to be able to come to a point where you can build something, build it out, build it up, create a pipeline full of leads, customers, clients, whatever you want to call them. And you want to be able to every day have somebody get in contact with you, contact you, you make contact with them and say, would you like my product? Would you like my service? You want to be able to do this every single day. And the reason why you want to be able to do that is because it is like invested in yourself. The best thing you can do is invest in yourself. The more you invest in yourself, the more you put time into building the system, the better the system, the more you'll be able to rely on it, and the more you will be able to make money from it. That's what you want. I thought about this yesterday. I was writing this this poem, and and it dawned on me that I have enough poems now to where I can really start thinking about, making a book, putting the book on, the Kindles or the whatever, And if you have things like that, that is more systems that you can build. If you have a bunch of books, a bunch of stuff that you created, and you turn them into books, you always have the chance of making money, because you always have a chance of people seeing your stuff, seeing your product, seeing your service, and buying it from you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, last week I was with my wife, I was with my daughter, and we was out at the beach, and I thought to myself, I just kept thinking to myself, I gotta build a bigger system. I gotta build a bigger system, because I enjoyed my time at the beach with my wife and with my daughter. And I thought to myself, it'd be nice, because I was thinking about my parents, and I thought it'd be nice if I could, take the drive after we come from the beach after the 4th of July weekend. I thought it'd be nice if I could just drive up and go see my parents. Okay. And so I thought about this, and I go, you know what? I am going to really just build out a system and not look back. As I told myself, and I will share it with you. I told myself around my birthday, I said, I spent the first I spent the first half of my life, I made decent money, you know, and I'm telling you this not to say that money is the end all be all. It might sound like that, but you would rather have some money than no money. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times, you know, people say, "Oh man, rich people are greedy, 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 greedy." No, the greediest people are normally the people that have the less, because then you're like, "What can I do to get what they have?" And then some people, they think, "Oh, well, I think I need to do crime and all this kind of stuff," and you don't need to do that, because you can make money in a very honest way, in a very easy way. But a lot of times people don't think that, and they just think fast money, easy money. That's why people play the lottery. It's a lot easier to go down to the gas station, play 6 numbers, give them $1, and think, I could be rich tonight. Okay. It's a lot easier to think that than to create a system, build out a system, do a system, build out a big old river for yourself, and for your family. It's easier to go play the lottery, and it's just easier in the mind, but it's not. It's easier to build out the system, because the lottery is such a, you got a better chance of getting hit by lightning. So I'm telling you this not for greed or anything like that, but it's nice to, it is always better to have less stress. And, money problems create romantic stress, life stress, job related stress, stress on your body, stress on your mind. You sitting there, you thinking, "Oh man, what can I do? What do I got to do? This, that, and the other." And when you have money coming in on a regular basis, you build out this system, and you're like, "All right, I have a system in place that I know every month I can make 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's $1,500 a month. It doesn't matter if it's $15,000 a month. It doesn't matter if it's $1,000,000 a month. Build out the system, get it going, build it out, and see how big you can make it. We all know that you can make it. Everybody that is listening to this podcast can work something out to where they are making money on their own. The thing that I don't want you to do is to give up. Okay? Some people are going to find success when it comes to selling Avon. Some people are going to find success when it comes to doing podcasts. Some people are going to make money from Pinterest. Some people are going to make money from selling things that they have in their house. Some people are going to make money from, their website. Some people are gonna make money from YouTube. Some people are gonna make money from creating a store where they make bracelets. Some people are gonna go to Etsy and make money. Some people are gonna make money however they make it. But what you want to do is build the system, whether it be books, courses, products, services, does not matter. Figure out what you can do. Figure out what you need to do. Figure it out and get started. And if you need help, you can always email me, Tony@TonyRizzano.com. That's Tony@TonyRizzano.com, because you know I I will be the first to admit this. A lot of times I do not ask for help, and that is not always the way to go. It's a lot easier sometimes to have a group of people behind you, helping you out, pushing you along the way. And so if you need help, you can always email me, Tony@TonyRizzano.com, because I would love to hear your ideas. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what you would want to create, what you want to start, what you want to do, how you're going to do it, what are you going to do it, and maybe we can discuss. I can help you out, and we can take it from there. And because I want everybody who listens to this podcast to succeed, I want everybody who listens to this show to have the most success they possibly can. The reason why I say that is because I was driving about a month ago, and I thought, I am getting off this boat. Okay, my mom likes to tell me, never say never, but I will tell you, and I will tell people this: I'm going to give myself about 90 days. In 90 days, I am going to stop driving altogether, and that's going to be it. I just drive around. I scoot around now in the truck. I don't drive past Georgia. I've it's I just drive around the metro Atlanta area at this point. It's not about, because I realize I'm never gonna build a system of driving one truck, owning one truck, driving it on the road, going here, going there. It's never gonna work. When I come home, there's no, you know, I can do the podcast. I can get downloads from that. But as far as the truck, it just sits there. There's no system. There's no nothing. There's nothing I can do. You can get 2, you can get 4, but I don't want that. I don't want that in my life. And so I'm like, I'm never gonna be a big time trucking company. Might do book loads, do that and all that good stuff, but I'm never going to build a system of trucks. It's just not going to happen. And so we're going to stay away from that, build out the system, build out the podcast, create the things about the poetry books, the courses, this, the that. And so that's our system. That's my system. And so if you have a system of products and services, goods, whatever, start today. Write stuff down. Always keep a notebook. Always keep a notepad. Write stuff down. Write down thoughts, ideas, write them down and then implement them. Don't write a bunch of stuff down and never do anything about it. You want to do stuff about it because you want to every month be like, all right, I know money's going to come in, money's going to be there, and the money's going to be around, stick around, and then figure out, how can I get this money going? How can I increase it? How can I make more of it? And what can I do to sustain it for a long time? Because you don't want it to go, I went 2 years, I was making money. Then it just sort of stopped. You don't want the machine to stop. You don't want the car to drain oil and then you have a broken engine. You want to keep it going for as long as possible, forever. Okay. The hope would be you would be able to pass on that system to your children. But if not, you can always provide a better life, more, maybe put them in college, all that good stuff for your children, help you out your family. I have a brother that one day he's going to be living with me. I have a brother that one day is going to be living with me, and the money that I make is going to help support my brother, because I already know It's not even a discussion. I haven't had this discussion with my brother. I just know. Okay. And so for you, you know, um, I would just want the best for you because, as you know, you listen to the show. I have a great appreciation for you. I appreciate you. I love you, and I thank you for listening to this show. You know, we're never going to be. We're never going to be probably top of the line because on this show we're not going to tell you a bunch of hogwash. Okay, building a system, it's it can be done, but a lot of times we don't do it because we get distracted or we want to be distracted. We want to do other things. We want to do everything under God's green earth, but work on the stuff that we need to work on to build up value in ourselves, build up value in our name, build up value in our brand, and that's what you want to be doing. Instead, what are we doing? A lot of us watching TV, sitting around worried about, who's gonna beat up who on Love and Hip Hop, who's gonna beat up who on The Bachelor, who's not picking who on 90 Day Fiance, what's going on with your family, why did my cousin cuss out his mom, you worried about a bunch of stuff that don't matter. Okay. So you want to be working on that system. So let's go. Okay. And let's get rocking and rolling. And so I appreciate you for listening to this episode. And I appreciate you listening to this podcast. We will be back tomorrow with the all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rosano. Thank you for listening. God bless each and every one of you. And as always, everybody, peace.